Long before we had comic books and massive superhero blockbuster movies, parents and teachers used ancient myths to teach kids some of life's absolutely crucial lessons. We're talking about gods, monsters, magical creatures, and some seriously legendary heroes. So buckle up, because today in this explainer, we're going on a global adventure to explore the original superhero stories.
Here's a quick look at our itinerary for today. First, we'll dive into the magic of myths. Then, we're off to visit Ganesha to learn about wisdom and humility. After that, it's over to Greece for the clever Trojan horse, followed by Norse tales full of trolls and heroes. Finally, we'll wrap up with timeless lessons for today. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the magic of myths. Across the globe, completely different cultures came up with these incredible stories featuring wild magic and unbelievable battles. But beneath all that flash, they all share a secret superpower. Think about it. How do we learn to be brave, smart, and kind without just being lectured? I mean, nobody likes a boring lecture, right? Well, ancient people figured this out a really long time ago. They realized that grand adventures, epic quests, and terrifying monsters are actually brilliant, sneaky ways to teach us how to be awesome humans. They basically wrapped the medicine of morality in the sweet candy of a really great story. Moving on to Section 2, Ganesha, wisdom and humility. For our first stop, we're diving into India to meet Lord Ganesha. He's a beloved god known for his elephant head, his serious love for sweets, and his playful wisdom. This is a classic story that parents have been telling their kids for generations. So imagine you're in a race around the entire world. The prize? A magical fruit that gives you endless knowledge. Your competitor is your speedy brother, Karthikeya, who literally flies on a lightning-fast peacock. You, on the other hand, are riding a tiny little mouse. Seriously, how could you possibly win that? The contrast in their strategies is just brilliant. Karthikeya relied on pure speed and physical power, taking off on his peacock to circle the globe. But Ganesha? He knew he couldn't compete in speed, so he used his brain. He simply walked a circle around his parents, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, 3 times. When they asked what he was doing, he gently replied, "You are my world." And guess what? He won the magical fruit, because he showed that true wisdom is valuing what actually matters. Brains and love can easily beat brawn and speed, any day. Next up, Section 3, Greece, the clever Trojan horse. We're trading in magical fruits for swords and shields now as we head to the sunny beaches of ancient Greece. Let's see how they used a bit of sneaky wisdom during a legendary 10-year battle. Picture this. You're the clever Greek hero Odysseus. You and your army have been camped outside the giant, absolutely impenetrable walls of the city of Troy. You've tried literally everything, but those walls just won't budge. So how on earth do you win a war without even fighting your way inside the city gates? Let's just lay out the timeline of this conflict to really grasp the massive stakes involved here. Way back in year 1, a prince named Paris kidnapped the beautiful Queen Helen and took her to Troy. Fast forward to year 10. For 10 long years, the Greeks, led by Menelaus and Odysseus, fought outside the city but could never get in. The soldiers were totally exhausted. They just wanted to go home. But then Odysseus comes up with a wild plan. During the day, they build a giant, hollow wooden horse. So the Greeks leave this majestic wooden horse seemingly abandoned outside the walls. But here's the catch. Odysseus and his bravest soldiers are actually hiding inside its hollow belly, while the rest of the Greek army pretends to pack up and sail away. Meanwhile, the Trojans foolishly believe the horse is a victory souvenir. They open their own impenetrable gates and drag the enemy right into the center of their city for a massive victory celebration. Talk about a colossal miscalculation. Then, under the cover of night, the climax of Odysseus's plan unfolds. The Greek soldiers silently drop out of a hidden door in the horse's belly. While the entire city of Troy is fast asleep after their big party, the Greeks sneak out, open the main gates for their returning army, and claim a swift victory. Just like Ganesha, Odysseus proved that a clever idea is far, far more powerful than just running headfirst into a brick wall. All right, let's move to Section 4, Norse tales, trolls, and heroes. You might want to bundle up, because we're leaving the Mediterranean and heading straight north to the snowy, magical, and honestly, sometimes very bizarre lands of Scandinavia. We're diving into Norse fairy tales, originally collected by famous storytellers like Asbjørnsen and Moe. Let me ask you something. What would you actually do if you bumped into a giant troll or a cursed dragon on your way to school? In Norse folklore, the woods and mountains are just packed with mystical creatures, bold heroes, and incredibly powerful magic. It's a world where literally anything can happen, and danger is always just around the next corner. What's truly fascinating here is the sheer variety of these Norse tales. You've got brave little underdog heroes, like a child named Minnikin who manages to conquer 3 trolls just to save some princesses. Then you have these epic, dark legends about a greedy dwarf who gets turned into a cursed dragon named Fafnir, only to face the fearless hero Sigurd. And then, well, you even have hilarious, weird stories about a plump pancake that literally runs away from 7 hungry children. Oh, and let's not forget giant trolls trying to host a secret weddings, the whole shebang. But at their core, these stories are all about ordinary, sometimes very small heroes conquering giant, terrifying obstacles through pure bravery and quick wit. And that brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Timeless Lessons for Today. As we bring this global journey to a close, let's take a step back. We've gone from the warm plains of India to the ancient walls of Greece to the snowy fjords of Scandinavia. So, what do all these amazing, diverse cultures actually share? It really boils down to this. Children don't learn values just by being told what's right or wrong. They learn through stories. Whether it's Ganesha teaching us about respect and using our brains, Odysseus showing us the value of strategy and patience, or a brave Norse hero facing down a cursed dragon, these myths are basically treasure chests filled with morals. They help us understand right from wrong in a way that's fun, highly engaging, and totally unforgettable. And that leaves us with one final thought to ponder. Every single day you face your own giant walls, tricky races, and yeah, maybe even a few metaphorical trolls. So, which mythological hero are you going to channel in your own story today? Will you use the quiet wisdom of Ganesha, the clever strategy of Odysseus, or the fearless bravery of Minnikin? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you next time.